I've been a teacher. I've been a principal. At one time or the other at every grade level, mostly secondary. I've been a superintendent of schools. I've been a deputy state superintendent for the state of Louisiana. And I've been a local school board member. And not much left to do is in this school business. So I've seen it from the classroom to the boardroom. But we're seeing all kinds of things happen. Now, let me tell you something else about high performers. They see what others don't see. What do you see? What do you see with the new kids that you have coming on? What does research tell us about them? Number one is that children's attention span is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So what does that mean for you as a teacher or an administrator? Every once in a while, you've got to do what? You've got to get that attention. Because I'm here to tell you this morning that boring people can't teach people. And boring people can't lead people. Now, boring people can tell you what to do. Don't you? You talk about attention spans. My Lord, mine's short. What about yours? I haven't heard a complete sermon at my church in 2 years. I don't know what it is. I pinch myself. I do all those kinds of things. But our attention spans are shorter and shorter and shorter. Talking about that, I shouldn't tell you a story like this, but get you an idea about my administrative ability. One time as a principal, we had not hired a teacher as a math teacher, critical shortage area. We were looking for a certified person. Personnel had sent some, but they just weren't what I looked for, because I usually take a lot of time in interviewing. I want to check them out. I want to do more than, I don't like to interview the resume. I like to interview the person. I like to see their eyes. I like to see if they're alive or not. I like to see those kinds of things, because dead eyes don't get you very far. Because you as a teacher, you're in the business of brightening eyes, aren't you? When you see those dull eyes, it's a difficult task for you, isn't it? But we couldn't find anybody. I was too selective. Well, but what happened to me was this time of the year started creeping up, and we didn't have about 3 or 4 days left before this day, the opening of school. I had not hired anybody, and I got antsy. Well, that was error number one. So I wanted to hire somebody quick. Personnel called and said, look, found the perfect person for you. We think the person has never taught before, made straight A's in college, and properly certified. I said, send him down. Talked to him. I had him hired before I ever saw him. I wanted to fill the position, and this is absolutely a true story. So he comes on. Next thing you know, he's hired. School's going on. About 3 weeks after school started, I was standing in the hall one day. One of my assistants was walking through, and he said, I've been meaning to ask you, have you gotten any disciplinary referrals from Stephen's room? I said, no. I said, what about you? Because he dealt mostly. He said, not a one. He said, I tell you what, you've done a wonderful job here. He said, because I know some of the students he has in his classes, some of them are tough. I can't believe he has not sent any to the office, because he's a new teacher. He said he's kind of mild. And I said, not a one. He said, well, you did a good job of selecting him. I said, thank you. He said, I'm serious. Now, you really did a good job. I said, thank you. I tried to. Oh, I was feeling so good. About 2 days later, ironically, here comes 2 or 3 guys walking down the hall. Classes were changing. As they got near me, one of them looked over and he said, Dr. Lee, have you been down to room 10? I said, no, why? Then it kind of alarmed me, and I said, whoa, whoa. They started to walk off. I said, gentlemen, come back. What's going on in room 10? Oh, nothing. You don't have to go down there. It's not bad, Dr. Lee. It's not bad at all. You don't have to go down there. It's nothing bad. Well, I said, what is it? Oh, I mean, it's nothing. We shouldn't have even said anything. Well, they walk off. What do you think I do? I'm on my way to 10. One chair in the back that was available. I walked over there and I sat down. Now, keep in mind, I didn't know what I was looking for, because they wouldn't tell me. So I was looking for number one, maybe he wasn't teaching. Or I was looking for a lot of students cutting up, not paying attention, but they weren't saying a word. I sat there a few minutes. You know, see, monotoneness sneaks up on you. It just doesn't hit you all of a sudden. So you're sitting there, he's doing okay. And I kept looking, and before long, y'all, I'm telling you the truth, a grown man here, principal of the school, could not keep his eyes open. You know what you do? You go stretching there. Pinching yourself, you know how you stay awake. Well, I said, wake up. Idiot, you're going to go to sleep and make a fool of yourself. Get a hold of yourself here. Y'all, before long the bell rang. I had been sound asleep. My head was off the desk and I thought I was the only one left in the room. I was so embarrassed I didn't know what to do, but I looked over to the student next to me and his head was off his desk. When my eyes met his, he said, "It's tough, man." I said, "No, son, I'm sick. I'm on medication." He said, "Don't worry about it, Doc. We do it every day." Oh man, I want to run around to those students. "Darling, come back tomorrow. Please come back. You come back, please. Come back tomorrow." You know, they couldn't go home excited. Dear Lord, I would have cut my wrist if I had to go back in there every single day. But we expect to suffer little children. Let them go on and tough it out. He's working at the credit bureau at Sears now, but he did a good job. We just